Boys and girls, welcome back to another live video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about today, is it worth you modifying your 5.7 Hemi? What I really think, I'm going to give you guys my own personal opinion. I do feel like this topic does depend on you, honestly, at the end of the day, but I'm just going to be real with you guys and tell you guys exactly what I think about that. There's so much noise going on in the background. Hopefully, you guys can hear me, but I'm on my break right now, and it is a little bit hot today, but I'm gonna be talking about that in this live. And feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to. If you got something to say, definitely leave a comment down below. And also, if you're on the channel for your first time and you haven't subscribed to the channel, your fan of Mopar, help support your boy. Click that subscribe button. Definitely give this live a thumbs up because this is something new that I'm doing every day now. So help support the channel and try to get the live out there, my channel out there a little bit more when you give it a thumbs up. So I'll definitely appreciate it. But is it really worth you modifying your 5.7 Hemi? Could be a Hemi Ram or a Dodge Charger in general. Hopefully you guys can hear me because there's a lot of noise going on in the background. I don't know why, but I'm sitting in my car right now. But is it really worth modifying a 5.7 Hemi? So now, to be real with you guys, I feel like I do feel like I'm more so, I would say yes and I would say no. And I'm gonna get into why I feel like yes is worth you modifying your 5.7 Hemi Ram. So I'm gonna give you guys my first intake on why I feel like it is worth you modifying the 5.7 Hemi or Hemi Ram or Charger, whatever at the end of the day. So think about this, right? Let's say you purchase your first Hemi Ram or Hemi Charger or something like that. So now I feel like it's worth it if like when you like to modify a 5.7 Hemi because it's a good platform for you to start off on. There's a lot of endless mods that you could do. It's also very, very affordable. And then I feel like coming from like anybody, like if you're not really knowing much about the Hemis and stuff, I feel like it's definitely a good platform for you to start off at first before you try to go over to like the 6.4 Hemi or something like that. But it's definitely worth it for you to start off at the with a 5.7 Hemi modifying, just so you can get the hang of knowing exactly, getting to know more about the Hemi and stuff like that. I just feel like it's just like a better start for somebody who got their first Ram or first Dodge Charger. So honestly, yes, in some cases I'll say yes, it is worth it. But here's my reason why I feel like it's definitely, I'm kind of on the fence with both of this. I'm be real. I'm like, I think it's worth it and I think it's not. Now, the reason why I say it's not really worth it because let's say if you want to make a lot of power, then it's not really worth it. You could still, don't get me wrong, you could still make your 5.7 as fast as a 6.4, but it's just that it require more money. It require like much more mods than you. Let's say you got a 6.4 Hemi and stuff like that. You really don't have to do a lot of modification for you to have it going fast compared to like a 5.7. Even a 5.7, the 5.7 can still compete with a 6.4, but it does require a lot more modification and it will cost you a little bit more money. That's just what I think. But now, another reason is if you, let's say, you pretty much want to make power, right? If you want to make power, and I really don't think that would be the smartest thing for you to, start off with like the 5.7, even though there is chance, don't get me wrong, there is chance if you still could make your Hemi, your 5.7 Hemi as fast as a 6.4, but I just feel like it make more sense when you have a bigger size engine and you have the option to be able to do like a Whipple supercharger when you have like the 6.4. The 5.7, you can't really add a Whipple supercharger to it, but I think you could. I think you could add the like the Hellcat Scat Pack, whatever. Well, the Hellcat Supercharger on there, but it's like a kit that you got to do. But it's really like it really depends though. It really comes down. That's what I was saying. This is something that you can't really go off of like what anybody is telling you, because at the end of the day, it really come down to your needs and whatever you plan on doing with your vehicle. That's what it really comes down to. But I just think that in like it makes more sense though, for you to, if you really that guy, you pretty much know about cars and you really looking to make power, then the 5.7, modifying your 5.7 wouldn't be like the best way to go about it. Even though you could do it with a 5.7, it just will take a lot more money. It would take a lot more modification. It would be too much. But it is possible, like I said. But I wouldn't want to take that route. I wouldn't want to take that route. But with me, honestly, I would just want to take the route of just going with a 6.4 Hemi, doing a Whipple supercharger, doing a couple bolt on stuff. You could be able to make a lot of power. But one good thing though, I'm not talking down about the 5.7, because my truck does have a 5.7 at the end of the day, and I am currently planning on building my 5.7, but I'm not gonna put as much money into my 5.7 because I just feel like is with what I'm planning on doing, it make more sense to not really go that route of trying to get the 5.7 rebuilt, um, put put a lot more money into it to try to make it go fast. It just doesn't make that much sense. But don't get me wrong, if that's your plan, you could do that. At the end of the day, it's worth doing. But for me, I just think that it's not as convenient though. But it does. I'm gonna keep saying this. It does come down to what you plan on doing, and like that's what it really comes down to, like what you plan on doing. But the 5.7 Hemi, before there was a 6.4, pretty much like the Hemis and Scat Packs, Hellcats, whatever. Don't get me wrong, back then, years back then, the 5.7 Hemi was one of the best. It still is though, still one of the best platforms that you could start off with, such as modifying. Pretty much like it's affordable. There's a lot of things that you could do with a 5.7, but it really comes down to your need, man. I know I keep saying it, but I'm gonna keep saying it. But if you guys on this video right now, man, I need you guys to help support the channel. Give this video a thumbs up so it can try to get up, so I can get my content out there a little bit more, and connect with people who are like-minded like me or yourself. So help support the channel. But I don't know, maybe you guys, if you on here right now, let me know what you think about. Do you think it's worth it though to modify a 5.7 Hemi? Like, is it really worth it? Like, what I'm saying is, I think it's, I say yes and I'll say no, to be honest, because, but then it really comes down to your needs and what you plan on doing. That's what it really come down to. But I feel like it really depend though. It really depend. But one thing I would say though, man, like I realized this, man, like don't never try to like don't try to listen to anybody on the internet if they not, I'm not saying what I'm saying is wrong, but it's always good for you to experience something first before moving on or going like making a decision or something like that. Because right now, me, I have a 5.7. It's not the first 5.7 Hemi I ever had. I'm just speaking for if you that guy where you got your first 5.7 and you plan on modifying your truck. Excuse me for a second. But yeah, like I'm saying, right? You got your first 5.7 Hemi, and you plan on modifying your truck or car, plan on making it go fast, and you stuck between trying to figure out, should I take my money and put it into this 5.7 Hemi, built it, or should I try to go a different route of trying to go with like a 6.4 Hemi or something like that? I just think that if that's you, like then it's better that you start off with a 5.7 Hemi, just so you can get the hang of the platform. And it's much more stuff that you can do with the 5.7 Hemi, in my personal opinion, compared to like the 6.4 Hemi. Even though you have more chances of making way more power with a 6.4 than a 5.7. But the 5.7 is definitely, I'm not, I don't want to talk, I'm not talking smack, but I think that it's definitely a good platform though to start off with though. But when it comes to doing like the real big boy stuff, trying to make some power, trying to make a name out there, then I wouldn't say that you should don't try to waste your money trying to go the route of having a 5.7, like trying to build your 5.7. I think it's just it's gonna be like a waste of time to me. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a waste of time doing that, and it's not really. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of time, money, a lot of mods for you to really be real fast competing. Especially if your truck, if you got a pickup truck, if you got a pickup truck like me, you got a 5.7 Hemi, and let's say right, you trying to get your truck to run, because I say these trucks right here, right, they run, because I have a quad cab, I have 4 doors, so they probably run like stock 14s, high 14s, 15, somewhere around there. Now let's say if you trying to take it to the track to make probably, I say what, 11s, low 11s, somewhere around there, you could do it with the 5.7, but to really make it fast as hell, you definitely got to upgrade. You definitely got to go. You can still do it with the 5.7. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you definitely have to upgrade to a bigger size block, which is the 6.4 Hemi. That's where it's really at to make some real power, and it's gonna be worth it. Though it's gonna be something that's gonna be completely worth it. If you got one of these trucks, I feel like that's the best way you could get the best out of your truck, and you could make a lot more power. But it's just something to think about though. But most guys that I know, that I see on YouTube with the Ram platform, or these fourth generation Ram, especially if you got a 4 door, I know for a fact majority of them start off with the 5.7, and then they end up going the route of doing like end up going a route where they had to do a swap. Um, one of my favorite Ram right now on YouTube that I follow also, I think his channel is called, I think it's called like Frost. His Ram is called Frostbite Ram or something like that. But I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably heard of him. I know he has one of a kind for a Ram, single cab, fast as hell. Um, Also, there's Incredible Hemi on YouTube. These are channels that I also watch. Just because I'm a YouTuber, I'm not. At the end of the day, I give props where, like, if I feel like I like your channel, you got the same truck car as me, whatever. I don't try to compete. I'm just saying I'm gonna give you credit if your truck fast. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make it seem like they don't have like the fastest trucks, but I know for a fact these guys had like the 5.7 at some point, and then they end up, going a different route because obviously they race with their trucks. I know me personally, I haven't seen yet on YouTube any kind of Ram that's fast as hell that still have the 5.7 Hemi inside of it. I haven't yet. Maybe there is, but I'm just saying for me, I haven't yet. But it's like it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at the end of the day for you to have a 5.7. But I'm just saying the whole purpose of me making this video is to tell you. I just feel like I have two different opinions about this. I say, like I mentioned, I say yes and I say no. But it really comes down to you though, man. But I need you guys to definitely give this live a thumbs up, help support the channel. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, definitely help support and subscribe to the channel. But I don't know, you guys gotta let me know what you guys think though, man. Feel free, don't be scared to leave a comment down below. It's your opinion at the end of the day. I can't, everybody got their own personal opinion. So, it just depends on how you go about things, but with any kind of trucks at the end of the day, it really just depend on, what you plan on doing. That's it. It's not, don't never try to base your opinion on somebody else's, on a choice they make. But like I said before, you could make these trucks fast with just a 5.7. Somebody said, well, you can keep it reliable, but if you keep it, could just do small things like exhaust, air filter, maybe some cosmetic mods to if you paint some parts or get a new parts that have different design. Mods. I mean, yeah, you right, bro. You right about that. I think his name on YouTube is that 83. Yeah, you right, bro. I mean, you right about that. But like I said, really, it depends, man. It really depends to what you plan on doing. But everybody have their own opinion at the end of the day. Some people base their, like if somebody trying to modify something, some people like to go off of what somebody else is telling them. But like I said before, yes, it's possible you can make a 5.7 fast as a stock TRX. You can make a 5.7 fast as a stock track hawk. Like these, like they, it's just the thing is, it's just that it require a lot of money and it require a lot of miles. That's it. But the 5.7 Hemi platform it's definitely a good start. I'm not talking bad about it. It's definitely a good start. Definitely a way for you to start off if you plan on getting out there, making a name. Yeah, just do what you feel will make you happy. You right about that, bro. Definitely right about that. I like that. I like that. That's one thing I always keep in the back of my mind when it comes to like this car YouTube things. There's a lot of platforms out there, man. You gotta just do what you feel that's gonna make you happy. Don't try to do what this person tell you, or just because somebody else had a bad experience, this and that, try to steer you away from you making a decision and stuff like that. And the crazy part, right? I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. I think this was like I think nah, not last year, but in the beginning of this year, right? Before I really start digging deep into what I really want to do with this truck, so I had went to like this shop where I never been there before. It was just like a shop that somebody recommended me to go to. He's a guy. He work on Mopars and stuff, but I mean not just Mopar, but he work on cars. And when I went there, I told him I'm trying to build my Ram I'm trying to do a swap from a 5.7 to a 6.4, just to try to get like an estimate and see how things is. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a perfect example of why you gotta do what make you happy, because that guy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not talking shit about him, but at the end of the day, you know, he just, that's his personal opinion. But he told me, this what he told me, right? He told me, because obviously I'm not, he a lot older than me. So he just told me, he said, look, man, I honestly, if I was you, I wouldn't try to make your truck swap over to a from a 5.7 to 6.4. It's gonna be a lot of headaches. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. Like, he really ain't try to support my idea. Even though I was the one that, let's say, I'm the one who bringing you business. I'm the one who gonna be paying for doing this stuff. You just gonna be doing the labor. That's the part I ain't understand. He just, it's for me at the end of the day. I don't really take anything personal when somebody give me their own personal opinion, but you just gotta do what make you happy at the end of the day, man. Do what make you happy. But if you got a 5.7, it's a great platform for you to start off with. It's definitely a good way to start. Very affordable, and there's a lot of endless modification you can do. But I definitely appreciate your feedback, bro. I think his name is that 83S10. I definitely appreciate that feedback, man. You guys got to give this thumbs up, man. 5 of y'all on here right now. I need 4 of y'all to definitely give this video a thumbs up. Help support the channel. If you a Mopar fan, go ahead, help support. I'm going live every day, so if you guys have any kind of topic y'all want me to talk about, definitely feel free to leave it down in a comment, and I definitely try to make a my next live or so, about that topic. But so might be able to find a wreck Hellcat with a 6-foot. Pretty sure they got those, but worth it for sure. Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely true, bro. I don't get me wrong, yo. I thought about the Hellcat thing. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, y'all, I'm back. My phone got way too hot, so I had to turn my AC on. But he said might be able to find a wreck Hellcat with a 6.4. Pretty sure those swap will be hard, but it's worth it. I mean, yeah, I mean that's something I definitely. I mean, it's worth doing. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's the only thing that's complicated is that you gotta. It's a lot of things you gotta do, but it has been done on YouTube. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about. I think his YouTube channel is called Boost Auto Parts, Boost Motorsport, something like that. But he got a Hellcat swap Ram. But they all like the same thing, though. I ain't gonna lie. They all like the same. It could be done, bro. It definitely could be done. You know, it just required time, money, but that's like the cheapest way for you to go find like a wreck, Hellcat, something like that, or Scat Pack, and just you can get everything out of it. Somebody said Vanish. You said what's up? What's up, bro? Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the support. Definitely appreciate that. Well, yeah, it's possible, man. You could definitely do anything with these. But I think that one thing I gotta say though, I think the Rams, like the fourth generation Rams, like the one I have now, I think these are like the best platform that you can start off with, especially if you plan on doing a swap. Not just for the fact that it's easier to do, like 2014 and lower. I'll say because like these trucks definitely have like they overall look good though. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like the crew cab or something like that, like them real bigger size Ram. I just think that these 2014 Rams is like the perfect platform that you can do a swap with. You know, it's gonna be less complicated, I'll say. But yeah, man, I'm definitely. If you guys have any topic y'all want me to talk about, leave it down in a comment. My break about to be over, and my phone battery about to die, so I'm about to be off this live. I appreciate the support. Give this live a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna be building one of the meanest, fastest fourth generation Ram on YouTube. So you guys just gotta stay tuned, keep supporting the channel. I got a lot of things coming for this truck, so you guys want to keep supporting. That's it. You know, help me. You know, I'm going live every day and I'm uploading every day, so it ain't easy, but it's gonna get done. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe.